Hi there, and welcome to another Midweek Memo. This week, I'm sure we're all greatly looking forward to celebrating the Jubilee. Queen Elizabeth II once said the following words: "To what greater inspiration and counsel can we turn than to the imperishable truth to be found in this treasure house, the Bible?" The Queen, amongst many other great strengths, has a profound faith, and she turns to the scriptures for help. This week, we were looking at those same scriptures as we thought about the end of our series looking at Micah 6:8. How is it that we act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with God? And John Featherstone, in his sermon, directed us to the end of James chapter 1. Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this: to look after orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. The book of James is full of really deep challenges. Just a bit earlier in that same chapter, we're encouraged to look deep into the law of God, to really study it and think about it profoundly. It's also intensely practical, like this little bit, talking about orphans and widows. Very concrete examples of how we can serve and do our bit for justice. That's a theme that sweeps all the way through the Bible. And I hope that you felt over these last 3 weeks that you've had a chance to think a bit further about what place you might have in that great work of God to re-establish the justice that follows his heart. Well, I wonder whether as this week draws to an end, alongside your kind of parties in your road or whatever else you're doing, in that little bit of leisure that we are all going to enjoy this week, you will have an opportunity to just sit back a little bit and think how you might respond to this challenge to act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with God. If you were there on Sunday, you will have seen these little forms, and there's a linked electronic version just below this video. In them, there are a couple of suggested ways that we've got as a church for helping you think about how you might be part of justice, whether it's volunteering with refugees or volunteering with the homeless or volunteering in a group for people with additional needs, and so on and so forth. I really recommend this little list or the form below just to give you some ideas, perhaps get your creative juices running. If you'd like to register your interest in any of those things, please do fill in the form in person in church, drop it through the letterbox or the form electronically below and let us know, and we can hook you up with people who would enable you to serve in that way. And while I'm at it, let me just point out the back side of this form, which actually we've had around for a number of months. I want to serve, it says at the top. And this is a great opportunity for me to say to you, we need people to serve in so many different ministries of our church. One of the challenging things in a big church like ours is we've got loads going on and it's hard to connect people with the things that they'd really love to do and the gifts that they have. If you could fill in this form or the one connected down below, you can say precisely which area of ministry you feel called to serve in, and we can hook you up with those who will be able to train you and prepare you and equip you to serve in that way. A couple of notices just as we close. First of all, at the end of this week on Sunday, we have got our Pentecost services. In the morning, we're going to be focusing on the Thy Kingdom Come initiative. It's a chance to think how the Holy Spirit empowers us to go out and share the gospel with others. It's going to be an all-age service. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to be hearing from Jack Winterburn, who's one of our mission partners. He's out in France, reaching people there with the gospel, and it's going to be encouraging us to do the same back here. And then in the evening, we've got our praise and worship night, fantastic occasion to come together with a slightly different flavor of evening service to celebrate the Spirit coming at Pentecost, to look for that Spirit encounter in our own lives and to be empowered to live that out in our day-to-day. So do join us if you'd like to for that at 6:30 p.m. this Sunday evening. Thanks so much for joining us.